All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But now let's talk about Solana. Oh yeah, this is one of the updates that I'm always looking forward to because it's just pure excitement. If we're looking at the markets as of December the 29th, it's past midnight here in North America and might be morning somewhere if you are in Asia or wherever you are around the world. But the most important thing to know is that, we're seeing quite a bit of red across the board, and that is mainly due to BTC's a little bit of a pullback. So if we're looking at Solana, on the other hand, it's up 3.6% over the past 24 hours, which is really, really nice. And one thing I want you guys to note right now is focus on projects in the top 10. So if you're going through the projects in the top 10, you're noticing something. If you're looking at the last 24 hours, we're seeing Sol up 3.7%. And even in the last 1 hour, we're seeing Sol up 1.1%. So what I'm trying to show you guys right now is that the momentum that a lot of people think is over is far from being over right now. And in the next few hours, maybe even after I am done, uploading this video for you guys, we might have already been above that crucial key resistance, which I'm going to talk about in this update. So let's take a further look and see what is happening. But before I get into that, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrencies. So looking at the price, it's back up to the 3 digits. We did see the price go down into 2 digits once again, which we discussed yesterday in my update, that there is a chance that we could see Sol breaking below that. And that is something we did end up seeing. But we're seeing Solana picking up once again. The reversal is quite fast, and that's the right word that I'm looking for. And we're seeing the price of Sol currently sitting at $106.85. It's also up 4.7% in Bitcoin comparative over the past 24 hours. Market cap currently sitting at $46 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume approaching that $5 billion mark, which is really, really nice to see. But before we get into the prices and all that good stuff, I want to talk about some development, some news that is coming out of Sol. So let's talk about that, and this is quite exciting. So you guys can see this for yourself. Developer interest in Solana is surging. Recent data from Stack Overflow shown that exponential increase in inquiries by developers. This trend highlights the growing popularity among developers. If you have been watching Solana updates for quite some time, this is something I've been referring to quite a bit, that we're seeing a lot of interest coming in from developers. Forget about investors for a second. Let's talk about developers that are actually building on Sol, and that has been surging. And this chart just proves as to how high this demand really is. And it's not a surprise. No one cares about Ethereum anymore. Sure, Ethereum is quote unquote seen as silver, digital silver. I see what people mean by that. Of course, it has a first mover advantage, and that is why it is in the second rank. But as far as development side of things go, as far as people using ETH, no one wants to do that. And like I've said millions of times, Ethereum's scalability issue has not been solved. Gas fees are absolutely insane when the overall Ethereum blockchain is congested. We know how scary it is when you hard trading on ETH. So that is something that a lot of people now are starting to realize. A lot of people are starting to pick on that. And that alone is bringing so much traction to layer ones, not just Sol. We're seeing so many other competitors seeing a huge spike in their DeFi. Forget about just the native token. We're talking about a spike within the overall ecosystem. And I think, this entire bull market is going to be pictured around that. So that is really, really great news to, of course, talk about. And you guys can also see Tensor HQ surpasses 10 million Sol an all-time high volume equivalent to over $1 billion at today's price. So if you do not know what Tensor HQ is, it is a huge NFT marketplace on Sol. We are familiar with Magic Eden, but Tensor is something equivalent to Blur on Ethereum. So really, really beautiful user face, and it's just such a smooth interface that will leave you speechless, especially if you are an NFT guru, something that you want to take a look at. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And of course, there's a lot of rumors going on that they're going to be Tensor airdrop, because they do have a point program that's built in, and I think that is going to bring in potential airdrop to people that are collecting these points. And we've seen this point system really getting a lot of attention as far as airdrops are concerned, so that is going to be quite interesting. This is one of the ones to watch for. So that is also a great thing to point out. But lastly, this is something that is the cherry on top, and this right here is something I am insanely excited to talk about. And honestly guys, when I talk about this, it literally gives me the goosebumps. I kid you not. I promise on everything, it gives me the goosebumps. The reason as to why this is the case is because Jupiter Exchange airdrop goes live sometime next month. And speaking about next month, we're literally 3 days out. And look at this. It says breaking big. Solana decentralized exchange achieves a record-breaking 45.3 billion in swap volume this year, with 424.5 million swap transactions, including hops. And now, why am I excited about Jupiter? 60% of this volume, totaling 26.8 billion, transacted through Jupiter Exchange. 60% of that. So what do you think will happen once this airdrop is launched? Maybe right off the gate we might see some people just selling it. Again, you can't blame some people. Everyone has their own way of dealing with overall airdrops, or however they want to deal with their finances. We're no one to judge, right? But in the long-term perspective, this is where I see Jupiter trading around here. And I just am left speechless when I think about the potential that Jupiter has. And that is why I've been making it quite clear pretty much for quite some time now that I'm going to have extra fiat on the side that is going to be picking up some Jupiter right as soon as it comes out the gate. Because right now, let's face it, we're in a bull market, and Solana is still having so much traction, as I've mentioned, and I think that is going to be a huge factor that is going to cause Jupiter to do quite well compared to what a lot of people are thinking. It could do the impossible, and that is what some people don't realize. So that's that. But now let's take a look at Sol. I know I ranted quite a bit, but guys, there's a lot going on, and I did not want to, of course, miss that. But let's take a look at what's happening with Sol. So what I'm going to do is go back in the hourly time frame and give you guys a better understanding. So look what happened. Exactly the target that we spoke about yesterday. And I'm sure if you are tuning in on a day-to-day basis for the Solana updates, you might be familiar as to what I've said. I was talking about that it's really important to see the price of Solana trading above this $108.29. This resistance is a key resistance, and I want to see the price above that. But what we have seen happen is, as a matter of fact, we did retest that. So now what is this giving us? What kind of indication is this giving us right here? This is telling us, this continuously gives you a reminder that these lines that are drawn on the charts are not some lines that someone's bored that's just drawing around. I know these are key resistances, and this is why certain price actions can give you that confirmation that, hey, these resistances are important. And you can see this for yourself. We literally tested that and seen a little bit of a rejection at that point. But What I want to see Sol do is get back above this resistance. Obviously, we're going, coming into Friday morning. Of course, it's midnight here in North America, but this is where I want to see the price of Solana above. And as long as it stays above here, I'm mega happy. But speaking about retracement, if you managed to pick up some Sol yesterday at $98, you are up right now 10.2%, literally in less than 24 hours. And not only that, that is despite Bitcoin pretty much holding where it was yesterday. So Bitcoin is pretty much at the exact level as to where it was yesterday after it saw this retracement. So giving us a continuous reminder how bullish the momentum of Solana really is. And yeah, the people that have been talking negative about Solana, saying, Solana is going back down to $60, $20, I have no words for these people. But okay, we're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know down below what you guys think. And thank you so much for all your support. Love each and every one of you guys. Continue supporting, and I will continue to bring out these updates where you guys see you tomorrow. It's been Crypto ZX, and peace out.